All right, we live. We in here. Wagwan. This is the Sports Time Zone. I am yours truly, host, Brother Noomsi Newman out of the building. Salute to my man TZ Dave, my co-host, and also my producer Q the Beat. Will be joining us shortly in a little bit. Before we even get started though, make sure y'all, if y'all haven't did this already, make sure y'all hit that like, make sure y'all hit that share, make sure you hit the subscribe. We're trying to get to 5,000. We almost there. We at 4,500. So help us, help y'all. We want to continue to bring y'all fire content. So y'all make sure y'all continue to show love and support. Hit the like, share, subscribe. We got a dope show lined up for y'all. We got a special guest joining us. I can't wait to bring him to the stage. But before we do that, like I always do, make sure to follow us on our IG page as well. SportsTime_zone. Also, shout out to KE Creations. If you're looking for that merch, they can put any logo that you want. They put it on your towel, they put it on your boxers, they put it on your drawers. You want to get your baby daddy or your baby mama picture put on something, on keychains, whatever. They can do it all for you. So holla at KE Creations. Also, top to bottom detailers. If y'all got a whip and your whip dirty and it look nasty, holla at my man Roshan over at Top to Bottom Auto Detailers. He will get you right. Trust and believe. He'll get you right. It's springtime, summer around the corner. Y'all want to make sure y'all looking good in the whips. Also, SammyTreats.com. They customize sweets. They customize pastries, danishes, donuts, whatever kind of sticky mouth food that y'all hungry, sticky mouth ass want. They got you. They can take care of that. So holla at them as well. Billionaire Society LLC. If you trying to get your credit fixed, you got to have good credit to do anything in this world. Holla at Billionaire Society LLC. And of course, Seven Figure Society Marketing Agency. Man, oh man, do we have a show today. Coming to the stage, Sports Time Zone. We're the only sports podcast, by the way, that brings you two generations takes on sports. But today, we got a special treat for y'all. NFL draft is right around the corner. So we brought in some assistants, a fellow podcaster that I had the pleasure of meeting and linking up with and collabing with. This brother's going to come to the stage. Also, he is from the ATL. That's right. ATL, Georgia. So y'all got to stand up and show some love and represent. All right. My man Will, he also has his own streaming platform. He also has his own brand that he's getting off as well. So all y'all here at Sports Time Zone, make sure y'all show some love and support. But without further ado, I like to bring to the stage my man, T. Will. Welcome to the Sports Time Zone, my brother.
Hey, man, glad to be here. Thank you for having me. To everyone in the chat, thank you. To all of the fans who are watching it, thank you. Brother Noomsi, how do you say it? Wagwan.
Wagwan. Yes. Welcome to the show. Man, thank you for blessing us, man. I know you're a busy man with a busy schedule, so I appreciate you taking out the time to join us. Before we get started, though, let the viewers know where and how they can get at your content. I got a lot of viewers from Atlanta. I got history in the ATL, so let them know how they can get at you and let them know what you got going on your movement.
Absolutely. You can find me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have a litany of shows. So we've got a football show, or typically an all ATL sports show on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 a.m. We've got a baseball show for the Braves Wednesday morning at 8:45 a.m. We also have What the Falcon at 4 p.m. On Wednesdays as well. Wednesday's a busy day. And tonight I'm also a member of One Time for the Fan, and we got a show at 8 p.m. So a lot of shows. Also do Marvel content. So we got a Marvel show that airs Saturday at 7 p.m. And we have an NFL show basically on stats and records and stuff like that airs Friday night. So that's pretty much it. Again, that's For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe. And Brother Noomsi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's the draft. It's the NBA playoffs.
Woo-hoo.
What a time to be alive, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get straight into it, man. Like you said, what a time to be alive, man. The NFL draft is a little over a week away. Well, 1 week from tomorrow.
Yes.
And here at the Sports Time Zone, we went over our top 5 draft picks a couple of weeks ago, but there have been a lot that's happened in the last couple of weeks that made even some of the NFL analysts has went back and changed their order and what they think who's going to get picked, where they're going to get picked and all that. So without further ado, y'all ladies and gentlemen at home and those of you who are here with us, we want to make sure that y'all drop in the comments who y'all think these top 5 picks go to. What me and my man T. Will are about to do is go through our top 5. I'm going to start this thing off, and then we're going to go, I'm going to pass it off to my man T. Will and kind of compare notes here to see where we stand and how we looking. Okay. The next pick goes to Tennessee Titans. So the Tennessee Titans have the number 1 pick. I said a couple of weeks ago that I like Tennessee to pick the best quarterback that's in the draft. Mm-hmm. They got so many needs across the board, but the number 1 glaring need is they need somebody to throw the damn ball. They ain't got no they need a quarterback. So it's almost a no-brainer that you go with the quarterback from my school, the University of Miami.
How they do it? The U?
The U. The U. Shout out to the U, man. 305 all day. So I got Tennessee picking Cam Ward with the number 1 overall pick. And yes, shout out to cousin Noomsi in the chats. I see you, cousin. And she agrees Cam Ward should be the number 1 pick. That's a no-brainer. So not much time needs to be spent there. Unless Tennessee found out something about Cam Ward that nobody else knows, I expect them to pick him with the first pick. Now, the number 2 pick. Oh, man. This one was a little bit dicey because the Cleveland Browns, they got needs. They have needs everywhere. They need quarterback. They need running back. They need receiver. The only thing that they're pretty much solid at is their defensive front. Like their defensive front looks pretty solid, but I look for Cleveland to further solidify that defensive front in the draft. And I look for them to take the defensive lineman, Abdul Carter.
Wow.
That's a shock. Yeah, a lot of people shocked at that.
Okay.
Now, the way my logic here is, and shout out to all of my viewers up in Cleveland. Shout out to you, Roshan, up in Cleveland too. I just see, they got Myles Garrett, who's the best defensive player on the planet in football.
Bar none.
Bar none. So I look at Abdul Carter as being that level of potential as far as a defensive player. If you can secure a young upcoming Abdul Carter and put him next to a Myles Garrett, who he has opportunity to learn from and be mentored under, I see that like a Jason Pierre-Paul and Strahan kind of thing. Or, where you got this elite defensive lineman and then you have an opportunity to acquire a young and up-and-coming one of that same caliber in the draft. That's a no-brainer for me. So I like Cleveland to take Abdul Carter. Wa salam alaikum, Abdul, too, by the way, brother. Now, the New York Giants. This is one of the teams that's been in the news a lot lately. The G-Men. That's right. The New York Giants, they've been holding workouts with pretty much every quarterback in the draft over the course of the last week. Here we are 1 week away from the draft, T-Will. 1 week away from the draft, and these boys are still having one-on-one individual workouts with all the quarterbacks. That leads me to believe that they don't know what they want to do at quarterback. Mm-hmm. So when I see that kind of activity, that makes me think they're going to go in a different direction. Mm-hmm. I feel like based on that, I think they're going to draft who I think is honestly the best player in the draft, Travis Hunter.
Okay.
I like Travis Hunter going to the New York Giants. Y'all, and if y'all don't agree in the comments, I'd already hear.
What are they drafting him as though? Is he going to be cornerback or receiver?
And we're definitely going to touch on that. That's something we're gonna get into that because I have my opinion on that, and I'm eager to hear yours. All right, so I like Travis Hunter going 3rd to the New York Giants. Now, what he plays remains to be seen. Now, the number 4 pick, the New England Patriots. This is a controversial one right here. If you said, whoa, on my number 2 pick, you're probably going to say, whoa, on my New England pick. But I got the New England Patriots taking Jahidi Barron, the cornerback from the University of Texas. Now, hear me out. Mm-hmm. The New England Patriots are another team that have a lot of needs. Yep. However, their defense was atrocious. Their
Yeah.
defense was, they probably ranked somewhere near last in pass defense last year. And I think they want to address, or they want to start there. I think they did sign Jameis Winston or something in the offseason as quarterback. So I don't really think quarterback is their pressing need like it probably should be. But I think they're going to go on the defensive side and probably take, behind Travis Hunter, Jahidi Barron is the best corner in the draft. In my opinion, he runs a 4.3 40. He goes to UT. He comes from a winning program. So all of that's in their favor. I like New England to take Jahidi. Number 5 pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like this one to be a shocker as well. Some people say you never take a running back in the top 5. Some people say running backs, you can get them in the second round. You can get them whenever. Don't ever take a running back high. But you know what? I say Jacksonville takes a running back with their first pick. The best running back in the nation, the best running back in this draft, a generational talent also, A'Shawn Gentry. That's right. I like taking A'Shawn. They just signed their quarterback. They just signed their quarterback to a multi-year $200 and something million contract. In order for him to have any marginal opportunity of success, he's got to have a decent run game. They've got to solidify their running game. If they spend all that money on a quarterback, the next second thing is you got to get a running back. That's like a 1 and 2. So I look for them to address that in the draft. There is no better running back than A'Shawn in the last, 2-3 years in the draft. Generational talent. I say they pick him. Those are my top 5 picks. Now I turn it over to my man T. Will. Let's go down the line and let's hear your list and let's hear who you got in your top 5. I can't wait. Let's go.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, hey, this should be fun, right? And look, all your picks were justified, man. You made logical cases for it. I get it. So, there may be a few modifications.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's hear it so I can tear your list apart. Let's go.
Oh, come on, man. So number one, we got Cam Ward from the U. I agree. He's going number 1. It's a no-brainer. Number 2 is a little different. I think Cleveland wants a game manager. Well, they don't necessarily want a game manager. I think they will take a game manager at quarterback. I think they shock the world and go cornerback. And mama, there goes that man again, Mr. Travis Hunter. And he's going to play corner for the Cleveland Browns. That's right. You heard it here first, baby. And he will return kicks. And he'll come in on third. Well, you know what? Let me not get ahead of myself. We're supposed to talk about that later, right? All right.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah.
Number 3, the Giants signed Russell Wilson and Mr. Crab Legs. What's it? I hate him. But because what he did with the Saints, right? So for those of you
Mr. Crab Legs.
Real quick story. Jameis Winston. Year before last, Falcons and Saints are playing. And Falcons and Saints it's kind of like Giants, Eagles, Cowboys. It's a rivalry. It's like Red Sox, Yankees. They hate each other. There's the hate is real. Okay, the hate is real, right? If my son played for the Saints, I'm not seeing him 6 months out of the year. Love your son, but you made your decision. That lets you know the passion, right? So it's, the Saints are kicking the ever loving you know what out of us. It's 40 to something, 40 to 3 or 10 or whatever. It's the last play of the game, right? 4th down, clock's running out. They're on the goal line. This guy runs a play and scores. And ever since, Jameis Winston has sparked the ire of passionate Falcon fans like me. Some would say petty. You get it.
You got a good point, though.
But yeah. So no, I don't think the Giants go quarterback here. I think they shock the world and go Abdul Carter.
Whoa,
there goes that man again.
Okay,
some edge rush in their life, and it's going down. Hey, it is going down. All right, so that's 3. 4.
Wow.
The Patriots, like you say, man, they sucked last year. They were awful. They were terrible. And they have needs all over the place. So I'm going to say they shocked the world and draft an offensive tackle from Missouri, Mr. Armand Membu, who is a monster, by the way. And, Yeah. Well, hey man, a friend of
Whoa.
mine says fat guys win championships. Just ask the Eagles. Okay. Their offensive line and defensive lines are monsters. So I mean, nobody can stop them on the tush push. Why? Because their offensive line are monsters. All right. Fifth one. This is gonna
Great
make
point.
you laugh. I mean, the Jaguars, again, they suck. And they have needs all over the place.
They do.
They do need a running back. I agree with you there. That was a very good point. But their defensive line is soft as, how could I say this? Puppy pit. So they draft Mason Graham out of Michigan, and that's what they do. They shock the world. So those are
Oh
my five.
wow.
You know,
No,
just
those nah, you know what? I can't be mad at that list. Like you said, you made some really valid points on that. But wow, so you have Abdul Carter falling to, where was that? I think you had him at, was
three.
that 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I
that's
agree with you.
yeah.
I think Tennessee will take Cam Ward,
Yeah.
and Abdul Carter. He seems like the kind of player that would go to Cleveland because it goes along with that, like the rich getting richer, right?
Exactly.
But for some reason, I don't think they have great corners, and I just think Travis would be, phenomenal. Anyway, hey, we'll find out next week, right? So
We'll see next week on how that turns out. And those of y'all in the comments, in the chats, if y'all just joined us, I see we got a few new, other people that joined us. We're doing a breakdown of the NFL draft. I got my man T Will here in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, share, subscribe, and continue to show love. Yeah, cousin Noomsy is in the chats, and she is dying laughing at your content. She was over there rolling the whole time that you were talking. So yeah, good stuff on that. Now we're gonna go off into a little subtopic here. Sticking with the NFL draft. Now, you alluded to something about Travis Hunter. So clearly you feel Travis Hunter, his best position, or where he should be most utilized, is at the corner position. Because it looks like you had him going to Cleveland as a cornerback. So my question to you is this: do you see corner as the position he should primarily play, in regardless of who drafts him? And the second part to that question: do you think that team will primarily play him, or where do you think he would primarily end up playing? Go ahead, and then I'll come right behind and backdoor. Yeah.
for some reason, I feel like Travis is at home watching this, like, yeah, which one team will? Let me know. Tell me where I'm gonna play. No, I mean, I feel like it's probably, in regards to long-term career availability, it's probably better if he plays defense rather than offense. Travis is not a big guy. Okay,
Right.
these are some behemoths. These are
Yeah.
some big
Good
boys
point.
in the NFL. So if it just, again, my thoughts, doesn't mean anything. What do I know, right? I'm not a GM, but if it's me, the conversation I'm gonna have with Travis is, hey, Travis, look, man, I know you're great, you're awesome, you're outstanding. We want you to be here 10 years. We feel like if you play receiver, you might be here 5 or 6 because those hits are going to add up, right? So how about this? How about we put you at cornerback? We let you run kicks, right? If you want to do that, and we put you in on certain packages. We put you in on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, whatever. So you still get that part of your appetite satiated, but you don't take the chances, because again,
Right.
Travis is not a big dude. Okay.
Right.
And you, if you don't know, you take some hits in the NFL. NFL doesn't stand for National Football League. It stands for not for long
For
if you're not
long.
a big receiver. So, that's just my thoughts.
Okay.
I ultimately feel like now, and it depends on the team, right? It depends on the team and the GM. So there could be a team out there that's like, you know what? Bump that. We're going to play him at receiver. Me,
Right.
if it's me, and let's say he goes to the Falcons, yeah, right, he goes to 50, but let's say he does. First and foremost, if the Falcons take a receiver in the first round, Atlanta's going to turn on itself. Okay, there'll be massacres, there'll be mass fires. It'll just be bad. It'll be a revolt. It'll be bad. But let's say in this world that they take him, they might play him on offense, right?
Yeah, I
I
can
don't know.
see that. I
What
can
are
see
your
that.
thoughts?
I can see that. No, and I mean, my sentiments are pretty much right alongside what you're saying. I also, first of all, I don't think there's been any draft that I've witnessed where a single player could be the best receiver and clearly the best DB. He's literally that good. Like, he's the best receiver. If he wanted to be a receiver, he's the number one receiver in this draft. Absolutely. If he wants to be a DB, he's the number one DB in this draft. That ain't never happened. And never seen nothing to bomba clot like that before. This is my first time seeing anything like that. So let's start off with saying that. Secondly, I agree. He is kind of undersized to play wide receiver full time. I can kind of see him in the mold of what Deion Sanders did. Deion primarily was a lockdown, shutdown corner. However, on 3rd and 4th downs and on gadget plays and on trick plays, you did see Deion, even with your Falcons, play on the other side of the ball for a few plays. Now, it wasn't continuous. I mean, if he returned punts, he returned kickoffs at times too. So Deion was kind of a unique special player. I see Travis being in that mold of one of those unique special talents that could do that. Now, how much offense should he play? That goes, like you said, I'm just a podcaster from Miami. I don't know, I'm not a GM or nothing like that. So there might be a team that says, you know what, we need a receiver. He's the best receiver. He's playing receiver. But Travis already came out and said, if he can't play both ways, he don't want to play. I don't know how serious he was about that, but go ahead. T-Will.
Let me ask you, do you think there's a team that's bold enough to play him on both regularly? So he'd be in about 90 to 100 plays. Do you think there's a team out there that would do that?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Oh, you think so?
Hey, wow. Hey, if this happens the way you said and Cleveland ends up taking them, they are such a desperate franchise. No disrespect to all my people from Cleveland. And shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony and all your boys. But they're such a franchise that's desperate and just grasping for any glimmer of hope and something to turn their franchise around. I could see them doing something crazy like that and saying, all right, you want to play both ways? We about to do something unprecedented. We about to throw you out there and play you both ways full time, which again, is highly unlikely. But your question was, do I think a team is bold enough to do that?
Yeah.
And I think it's not even bold enough. I think the better word is desperate enough. Okay. I think Cleveland is desperate enough to try to do something like that. Now,
you're saying they want to meet him at the crossroads? See what I did?
I'm gonna say it. Hey, they might as well draft Uncle Charles too. Like whoever. Oh man, you leave that now. The teammate of Travis Hunter in Colorado was the son of Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Now, Shedeur, initially, when the college season was going on last year, Shedeur and Cam were basically battling back and forth for who was the best quarterback that was going to be in the draft. A lot of people had Shedeur ahead of Cam Ward. This was last season in college, but now fast forward to now, a lot of people got Shedeur dropping way down to like number 9. I heard some other people talking about out of the top 10 altogether. So y'all, why go on with that? In the comments, y'all holler. And T. Will, my question to you is, with someone that's so talented like Shedeur, who is such a game changer, who can come into the league and immediately make an impact on a team, what do you see as the cause for the rumors of him dropping so low in the draft? Do you think his dad, Deion, being his dad, is starting to negate or turn some teams off that may want to take a chance in drafting him? Or do you think it's something else? What do you think it is? And I agree with you, Michael, in the chats, by the way. Also, I do think Cam is way better. But T. Will, what do you think is the deal and the issue? Before you jump into that, salute to my producer in the building, Cue the Beat. Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back to the show.
What's good? What's good?
For sure. So we got my man T. Will in here from the ATL. And yeah, T. Will, go ahead and take off on that question. You think it's Deion that caused his son to drop so low in the draft, or do you think it's something else? Is it a combination of a bunch? What do you think it is?
All right. I'm about to piss some people off.
Yo, let's get it.
Are you guys ready? Are you ready, chat? Are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right. And in all seriousness, right? Guys, all we want is fair and impartial treatment, right? Just as people of a melanated tribe. I'm trying to speak in code so I don't offend folks out there. But as melanated people, all we want is fair and equal treatment. If Shedeur was non-melanated, you know what they would say? He's passionate. He's just passionate. He's really particular, right? But this world being what it is, and people being who they are, you know how they do.
Piss them off, T. Will. Piss them off. This is the sports time zone. Let it fly over here, baby. You can let it fly, but I'm with you.
You know how they do us.
I'm with you. Oh, he's so fired up. He's so passionate. He just loves the game. Oh, he's like a kid out there. Right. Oh, he's
right. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know a family in football named the Mannings? You guys heard of them?
Oh yeah.
You heard of Peyton, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? And you heard of his brother, right? So let me tell you about his brother. His brother refused to go to a team when he was drafted. You know what? His brother wasn't branded as difficult or arrogant.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, though. Nah, they ain't call it nothing like that. And he was one of the most arrogant, for lack of better terms, asses in the league. So yeah.
Thank you. But what you know what? When he's got, matter of fact, he's got a show on Monday Night Football. He and his brother are yucking it up. Well, I'll tell you what, Peyton. Well, I'll tell you what, Eli. I mean, you know what I mean? But he's so passionate. But we do it, right? How's that song go with the young folks? When I do it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
Do I think Shedeur is confident? Yes, and he should be. He should be. He's been trained by Tom Brady. His dad is one of the greatest football players to ever live. And if your dad has an ego, wouldn't you have an ego? As a matter of fact, wouldn't you say most football players are alpha males and have egos? Right? But I guess because it's us, we're just supposed to be humble and hold our heads down. And do I think he's arrogant? No. Do I think he's confident? Yes. Do I think that there are some teams who don't want to deal with Shedeur? Freudian slip. But yeah, I do. I think there are. Is it fair? No. But a lot of times, guys, people will use spin because maybe they want this player to drop,
right?
So they can get. So they out there like, oh, he's difficult. I don't think this team, because really they're like, please come to me, Shedeur. Right? I think he'll go in the first round. I definitely think that. Does he necessarily go in the top 5? I don't know. I've heard reports of both. I've heard reports that he might drop down to the Saints. I've also heard reports that the Giants may take him, right? Shocker, because they already got Russell Wilson and Mama there goes again that I hate, crab leg. But they could take him because Russell Wilson and Jameis are both on 1-year deals, right?
Right.
Again, and the way it was explained to me was, look it, you got Russell Wilson, who's the ultimate conservative. Some would say a little too conservative because, he doesn't, I don't want to say he rubs people the wrong way, but he rubs people the wrong way, right? And then you got Jameis, who's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could just fit Shedeur right in the middle, and there you go. I've heard reports of that from a couple of people. So he could go third. He could slip, right? I don't know. But either way, I just think it's a shame the way that they do certain melanated quarterbacks.
No, I agree.
Shout out to Jalen Hurts, because what he did, I think, for folk who look like us, is going to be great as far as quarterbacks are concerned. Ultimately, I'm rooting for Lamar because the way they do him is not fair. Because he doesn't talk a certain way, it doesn't have anything to do with football, right? Because he's with participles and I don't know, prepositions at the end of that sentence. It doesn't matter. He can play football, and he's a great guy. He's not a good guy. He's a great guy, right? From a character guy, he's what you want. And I want him to win just so these people can shut up. There. I'm off my stage.
The quarterback,
so I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you play quarterback, I think you got to be arrogant. I think you got to be confident.
Yeah.
Like I don't want a quarterback who doesn't have that swagger about him. I want the arrogance from our quarterback. If anybody on the field, it got to be the quarterback.
The quarterback, the confidence, the arrogance. I want my quarterback to have that edge and that chip. And to your point, T. Will, the way that Lamar talks is in no way a reflection of his ability to play the quarterback position and play football. Lamar is from my hometown, South Florida, so I'm always pulling for Lamar. He's a 305 boy, and I always like to see success. And for the same reasons that you said, T. Will, the way that they treat him and the standard that they uphold certain quarterbacks of a certain ethnicity to versus quarterbacks of another ethnicity, the way that our quarterbacks have a short leash versus you're giving many opportunities to other nationalities of quarterbacks. But that's neither here nor there. We know that story, and I appreciate you, T. Will, for going into that and bringing more light to that situation. I agree with you. I think Shedeur is, I think he could go top 3. He's a potential top 3 pick. Now, will he drop? That remains to be seen. We'll see what happens with that. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. I want to keep the train moving here. The Atlanta Falcons, I'm not sure what pick y'all got in the draft or where y'all pick, but wherever you guys pick, what do you think is your biggest need to fill in the draft? What direction do you see for your team, for your Falcons? What need do they need to address the most in the draft, and where do you think they will go with that?
Falcons got 15, by the way.
Okay, 15. Appreciate that, Q to B. Go, T. Will. So where do you see your team addressing their need in the draft?
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay. All right. So Falcons were like next to dead last in sacks last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that, and I think the year before that. Basically, we suck at pass rushing. So we need an edge rusher. Like I said, man, fat guys win championships. We need edge rusher, edge rusher, edge rusher, and one more time edge rusher. And damn it, Brother Noomsy, if we pick a freaking wide receiver in the first round, I'm flipping every table. All of these monitors will be deposited everywhere because it's going to be crazy. We need an edge rusher.
Okay, edge rusher. Well, Michael Penix needs somebody to throw the ball to, but I think y'all got Pitts. I just wish y'all would utilize them the right way.
He got people to throw it to.
Yeah, he's got people to throw it to. Our defense is good. We need a
they secondary was good though. Y'all secondary was decent, but the defense of like you say, the D line and linebackers, that was the weakest spot on the Falcons.
Yeah. We need a linebacker who can run and cover, and we need an edge rusher. And either way, if we take Jahad Campbell next Thursday night, I'm fine with it. If we take one of the edge rushers, I'm fine with it. We really need to trade down, right? Because I'm going to give you guys my view on 7th round picks. Other than Tom Brady, a 7th round pick is a lottery ticket. Brother Noomsy, you play the lottery?
I haven't played in a while, but I need to. Yeah.
How many times have you won, I don't know, $50 million?
Never.
No, right? Okay. That's how I feel about 7th round picks. Okay. we have 3 I think we have 3 top 100, and then we got 7th round picks. We need to trade down for more picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, to kind of piggyback on what you're saying now, as far as my Dolphins, I don't know, Q to B, where's my Dolphins picking? While you look that up.
All right, y'all have the 13th pick.
13th. Okay, so we're a little bit ahead. Our biggest need, we have 2 big needs. Number one, we gotta keep Tua upright. Because if Tua take one more, if Tua bump his head on anything, if Tua roll out the bed the wrong way and taps his head, the boy is out for like 3 weeks with a concussion. Tua cannot afford to take another blood clot hit. If him get hit one more time, that's going to be that. And I don't mean to laugh because this is his career and his livelihood at stake. But at this point, as a Dolphin fan, I got to laugh in order to not cry. But we got to protect Tua. So one issue is we need to address the offensive line. But a bigger glaring issue is our secondary. Our defensive secondary has been quite trash for a good amount of the last season. And on top of that, Jalen Ramsey just hit us with the deuces. So now we are looking for a suitor for Jalen Ramsey. I hope we can get something for him because we're mutually agreeing that we're going to try to do something with him. So that's going to leave a glaring hole in our secondary. I say addressing the secondary is almost just as difficult as addressing the O-line.
Yeah.
And I think there might be in this draft, there's more there's more defensive backs available than offensive linemen. So if we got at pick number 13, if either of these guys, Jahidi Barron or Will Johnson is there, grab them. I don't think Jahidi's going to be there from UT, from Texas. Shout out to you, Q to beat. But I don't think he's going to still be around that long. Yeah. Will Johnson, we have a chance at getting him. You know, I like what I see from him. 202 pounds. I don't like his speed too much, but he is 6'2". So for a corner, that size, you don't see corners 6'2" that much. Yeah. And he's the number 3 corner ranked in the draft. So I would like to see Will Johnson. If not, then we definitely got to get an O-lineman, somebody to protect Tua. Will we do it?
I 100% agree with you. As a matter of fact, I had you guys because I didn't know if we were doing the full pick. I did a full mock draft. I got you guys taking Will Johnson at 13.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Think alike, sir.
See, there you go. Yeah, see that? We on the same.
There you go.
We're on the same page. And hold up. I gotta address Michael on this. No, sir. No, Michael. We do not want no Kirk. Y'all can keep that. Kirk y'all can keep that. Like what Big Boy say? In the words of Big Boy from Oncast, nah, shout, y'all go ahead and keep that. y'all go ahead and keep that, shouty.
Hey, they trying to dump Kurt off on y'all.
Nah, for real. Trying to drop Kurt. No, Kurt. Like, nah, we good.
We need some relief, bro.
Y'all. We ain't in that business now. I mean, not that one. But that's who I see the Dolphins needing to pick. Q to beat Kansas City. Do y'all have any needs at all? Y'all are Kansas City Chiefs.
Of course.
Who do y'all think y'all need to pick?
We need a lineman. Any one of the linemen that's coming out of the first round is good for us. O-line. We need a tackle. Okay. I think they was trying to get Simmons. I don't know, from Ohio State. I'm not sure, but any lineman would be good for us for the offense. And then we probably potentially can sneak a running back in or a receiver. So I think they was trying to. They did have a visit with Isaiah Bond, but he going through his little mess. And also, there's a lot of running backs in this class too that could be like a sneak.
Well, one issue y'all definitely, just like you said, y'all need to protect Patrick Mahomes because he got banged up last year more than I've seen him get hit ever in his career.
Oh yeah.
So y'all need to address that. And secondly, do y'all think y'all need to draft any new referees?
No.
Oh wow!
The Eagles already did that.
Oh wow! That was way downtown. Oh wow!
Oh man, Q,
we don't be worried about that. We got 3 Super Bowl rings. We got 3 Super Bowl rings in 5 years. So.
He's ring checking us. Hey man,
I know, and I can't say nothing.
And the 3 rings ain't had nothing to do with the refs.
That's true. But last year, sir, Q to B, Mr. Q to B, I gotta give you the business a little bit. All right, y'all came to the ATL, and I just want you to know that a police report has been taken out on your defensive back because he mugged Kyle Pitts. Okay, you know it. It
was a pass interference.
Yeah.
However, y'all still had
it. Fellas, good stuff.
Then coach called an ignorant play. Wow, we got everybody up on the line. We know Bijan finna get the ball, man. Come on. Who else y'all gonna throw it to? Like, you really trust Kirk to throw it on 4th down and 1? Hell no. You know, Bijan finna get the ball, put everybody up, clear the hole. Nick Bolton made the play in the backfield. I mean, y'all had 2 chances actually.
Now,
Yeah. Well,
you know that's why. What's his name? Who's y'all's tight end that had a terrible game in the Super Bowl? What's his name?
Kelsey.
You know that's why, right? Because the rest of the league was like, "Till you do right by me, everything you do."
Mr. Taylor Swift himself. And you lucky I didn't call Russell Wilson Mr. Sierra. You know that's what I call him, right, Q? But I've been calling him Russell. But he's gonna be Mr. Sierra in a minute again.
We're gonna see what he do in New York.
And brother, do you mind if I shout some of my people out in here? Because
go ahead, throw your shout outs.
All right, so we got Mike in here, Mike Lahusky. How you doing, Mike? We got 3 Dirty, we got Monte Carlo, we got King Richie, we got my guy A1, who's also a podcaster, and we got Michael. And I think that's everybody, guys. If I missed you, I'm sorry. They came in to support.
Yeah.
So, shout them out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Salute, and welcome all of y'all boys who came from my man T Will's platform. Salute and welcome to the Sports Time Zone. Make sure y'all show some love. Also, hit the like, the share, and subscribe over here too. We get into it over here. We got a lot of good content, and we would love to have y'all boys join us. So definitely good looks. But yeah, let's keep this thing moving because we on a time crunch. I know my man T Will got to get to his show, so let's run through the NBA playoffs real quick. The Atlanta Hawks, we ain't gonna say too much about it, but last night, man, that game was hard to watch. It was hard to watch, T Will. Orlando dragged y'all boys all through the Magic City. Y'all, I mean, Mickey Mouse was tap dancing on you. Minnie, Donald Duck, Goofy, everybody from the whole Epcot Center was tap dancing. Trey
Young, I'm done.
he got tossed out the game. So yeah, the Atlanta Hawks, that was tough to watch. Any thoughts that you have on the Atlanta Hawks before we run through these playoff picks and predictions?
I told you last night, and shout out to Brother Nubs. He was trying to give me some encouragement. He was like, "Y'all have." It was like we were like within 7 or 8, and he was like, "Y'all got a chance." And I was like, "Bro, it's over." And as soon as I said that, it was like slam dunk, steal, 3-pointer, slam dunk. And I don't know what it is, but who's the dude? His dad's a broadcaster now, Cole Anthony.
Oh yeah,
Cole Anthony is Michael Jordan's first son.
Yeah,
I don't know what's up with that dude.
I don't know.
I
don't either. I ain't never seen him play like that,
bro. And you and I were talking about this off camera. Every game with the Magic, it's like we play each other real tough until the 3rd quarter, and then it's like they say, we're better than these guys, right? Yeah. All right, let's go.
They just turn it on. They flip a switch. Yeah. They do. They definitely flip a switch. But yeah, it was tough to watch. So now Orlando moves on. They move on in the playoffs, and yeah, that was really bad. Q would do you like that?
I got to show the stats. My boy Trae Young had a last night.
Damn, Chiefs fan. I hear you.
The beat would do it to you. Now
Karis LeVert, man, y'all got to get another person, man.
What did I text you, T Will? What did I text you about Karis LeVert?
He a slacker, bro. He a slacker.
I thought he had some under parlays on this because it looked like he was. I was like, yo, he point shaving out here, man.
Like, come on, bro.
That boy looked like he had some heavy parlays going on last night. So
the crazy part is, at one point, I remember this dude being, he got something. Maybe about 2-3 years ago, coming out of the bubble.
Yeah,
he was lighting everybody up. As soon as he got traded, I'm like, man, this boy here is trash.
Yeah, garbage. So Orlando now, they move on and they've won the sweepstakes to play against the Boston Celtics in the first round. Congratulations, Orlando. I think they might actually give Boston a run for it. So we'll kind of see how that turns out. But let's kind of run through these playoff predictions here. Let's start with the games that are already set. We'll start with an easy one, the Celtics versus the Magic. I like Boston winning that in 5 games. I do think Orlando can get a game. you know what? I don't want to disrespect Orlando that bad. Boston in 6. I got the Celtics at 6. I think Orlando is good enough to squeeze 2 games at home off of Boston, but I don't really see too much more of that. Yeah, so I got Boston in 6. T. Will, who you got?
I got Boston in 6, man. Let's go. And you know what, Orlando? I hope you go home. I hope you get swept. I really do. I don't like how you treated us, and I hate you guys.
Oh man. Hey, Q to B, take over on this.
So I got Boston 4-1, man. They should easily win now.
Okay, yeah, I could see that too. I could see that. What's the next next
All right,
matchup?
so we got the next one. Well, these two are, we're waiting on these games tonight. All right, so we got Warriors and the Rockets. That's going to be a pretty interesting series right there.
I think that's going 7 games, and I got the Warriors in 7.
I got the Rockets in 7.
Ooh.
I just think I think the Warriors are a good team. I think the Rockets just have a better overall team. And I think they're going to outlast them. I think they're built to last. I'm going to go Rockets in 7. Just my thought.
Okay. Q?
Warriors in 7.
Okay, so we all got a
man. Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy come through, man.
Yeah, hey, I think so.
I don't know, man. That boy start lighting it up. He just, I don't know. It's a spark. And then he going against his home team, so that might mean something, Okay. All right, we got Pistons and the Knicks.
I got I'm gonna start this off. The Knicks have not beat the Pistons all year long, and then they're not even 100%. I think those boys are hobbling in. I like the Pistons, and I'm gonna go out on my New York crowd. The fan base is gonna get me for this. Sorry, cousin Noomsy. I got the Pistons in 5. Those fighting words to a lot of New Yorkers. Who you got, T. Will?
I kind of have to agree with them. I'm going to say it's going to go 6, but the Pistons pretty much gave them the business. And they beat them early and they beat them often. The only time they lost to them was November 1st. They beat them December 7th. They beat them January 13th. They just beat them in April. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with them. I'm going to agree. I'm going to go Pistons.
Okay.
But I'm going 6. I'm going to go 6.
Okay.
I got... You know what? This is a tough one. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna go with New York. I'm gonna say New York pull it off.
Lone Ranger.
I'm gonna go with New York. I'm gonna say they pull it off, but they gonna get beat the next round. So
okay, all right. Q to beat is the Lone Ranger, ladies and gentlemen. Lone Ranger means he's the only one who picked the Knicks. Go ahead.
All right, next matchup we got the Lakers and Timberwolves.
Ooh, Lakers and T-Wolves. That's gonna be a good series. Of course, y'all know Q to beat is a Laker fan. But I'm sorry, Q. I think this is Ant-Man Edwards coming out party. He puts the world on notice. This is his opportunity to show up one of his idols, LeBron and Luka. So I like Minnesota in 6.
Man, I don't know what was in that coffee you had, Brother Noomsy, but it was good, man. I was some of that because I think that LeBron and Luka will make it to the Western Conference Final. Now I don't think anybody's beating OKC, but I think that the Lakers can beat anybody else. And I'm going to say they beat Minnesota in 6. It's not even going 7. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm sure if I am wrong, you're going to bring this clip up right here. But
yeah, I definitely am.
You were supposed to say no. It's well, no.
I'm a petty guy here. I would definitely do it.
I love petty. Yeah, I'm going Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. All right, Q.
I'm going my Lakers, man. They should do it. They should beat them. Even though we don't play no defense. But
how many games it's going to take?
7.
7-game series. All right. That's what's up. Next series. I'm the Lone Ranger. I'll be the Lone Ranger on that one. That's me.
All
I'll be there.
All right, and what else series we got here?
We got
the Clippers and the Nuggets.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Kawhi Leonard has found his bag. Kawhi has found his bag. He found his mojo. Your boy James Harden has been balling this year.
Man,
the Zubats is doing his Zubats thing down. Like, look, I think the Clippers. Not only are the Clippers the most slept on team in the entire league this year, I think they might be a dark horse favorite to win the West. They just might be that good. I mean, I didn't pick them to win the West, but after what I've seen from them going into the postseason, they're playing their best possible basketball at the best possible time of the season. I like the Clippers to win this series against Denver. I say it goes 7. It'll go 7, but they're gonna win it. I like the Clippers. T. Will, you want to check my coffee on that one too? Because I
mean that could go either. That you know what? I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not. It's so weird how far the mighty have fallen. Like the Nuggets just won it a couple of years ago, and now we're like talking first round exit. That's the game, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cute.
I like Kawhi now, but that boy Joker has been on a tear, man.
Yeah, he is. He's that dude, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with the Nuggets. The Nuggets in 6.
Good one. So
I'll be the long ranger.
You be the long ranger. I was gonna say, what about that long ranger photo? So you are the long ranger now. What about this last matchup?
Right.
Bucks in the Pacers. Bucks Pacers.
That's a good one right there.
TZ, I know you watching. You know what I'm saying? My bad for this, but I gotta pick. I'm going with. Look, hey. I'm going with the Pacers. The Pacers are also playing their best possible basketball at the best possible time of the season. Dame Lillard is still questionable, and I know Giannis is a great player, but he's not great enough to carry them boys past a complete team like the Pacers. So with my mind saying that Dame is not going to be available at any point in this series, I'm picking the Pacers in 5 games. They get them up out of there. I think y'all are out of there, TZ. T. Will, check my coffee again if you want, but I got the Pacers in 5. Who you got?
If Dame is not available, I got the Pacers in 6. But if Dame is available, that's a different story, sir. Because Dame, well, just put it this way: his other job, he puts on a cape, for a living and patrols wherever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing Dame can't do. So if Dame is healthy, I got Milwaukee. But you're saying, and he's supposed to be out for the entire series?
He's indefinitely.
Then I gotta go in. I gotta go Pacers. I would agree with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Clean sweep on the Pacers.
So we all agree on that. I bet. Cool. So those are our playoff picks. At least for the teams that are already set and locked in. Y'all
gotta wait on this game tonight.
Yeah, we still got a couple
up 9 right now.
Yeah, they up now. And I'm about to get into that game in a second. So we're about to get this one wrapped up here in just a moment. Now, real quick. Also, Q to beat. Check your text message. Check your text. I just sent you something. But real quick, we're gonna touch on this one real fast. Mikal Bridges from the New York Knicks. He played 6 minutes in the game. And I can't believe Thibs, who's an old school fundamental coach like this, would allow this to happen. But he played Mikal Bridges 6 minutes just so he could preserve his consecutive game streak. Yeah. In my opinion, I think that was a B move. First of all, shout out to Mikal Bridges because he did play 82 straight games this year and last year. But that's kind of whack, yo. You gonna continue your streak like that? Just you gonna play 6 minutes and then commit an intentional foul on purpose just so you can get pulled out the game and rest? Come on, man. T-Will, to me, that's nasty work. I am not feeling that at all. We can't get jiggy with that, dog. We can't get jiggy with that. So T. Will, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, man. You know what? Here's how you could look at it from Thibodeau, right? In that their coach.
Yeah, Thibodeau. Mm-hmm.
Thibodeau's probably thinking, if I do this for this guy, he's gonna run through walls for me. And when I need him in the playoffs, because I did this for him, he's gonna do whatever I ask, right? So maybe he's thinking that. But I guess I look at it. You remember when Brett Favre, when was it Strahan was on the first?
Yeah, gave him that sack.
Yeah, and Brett just kind of
laid down. Yeah,
down, right? It's not exactly that, but it's not far off, right?
It's in the same.
They're cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah.
Cousins. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm with you on that for sure. It's not the worst thing that can happen, but it's definitely a B move in my opinion. Q, your thoughts on that real quick before we go into our history players. I know my man T. Will got to get going, and we got some games to watch. But what's your thoughts on that Mikal Bridges situation?
You know, he went to class. They called a roll. He said, "Here," and he snuck out the back door. The teacher didn't look back.
So the teacher can run like, okay, you was here.
Yeah, we can get that attendance.
One last credit.
Yeah, one last credit.
Oh man, good one, Q. That was crazy as hell, but that's true. I agree. And New York Knicks fans also, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that move for your player. Now, we've come to the end of the road here. This is my favorite part of the show. And the reason why, we at the Sports Time Zone, we always like to entertain you. Like my man T. Will is here, my man Q the Beat, yours truly, Noom Se Noom. We like to chop it up and talk about sports and all the current stuff that's going on. But we also like to educate. We are here to educate you and go over some of the historic players that a lot of our young viewers may not have had the opportunity to watch. And some of us viewers that are in my generation may have forgot how great some of these players were. So in honor of my man T. Will here representing the ATL, this week's installment of the History Player of the Week is brought to you by yours truly, brother Noomsy, my man T. Will, and Q the Beat. Now, this history player, he's an Atlanta Falcons former player. He played for many other teams, but the Falcons was that squad. And he's known to many, and also known to me, as none other than Lemon Pepper Lou. Q the Beat. Without further ado, Q the Beat. Run the blood clot list. Lemon Pepper Lou, ladies and gentlemen. Lemon Pepper Lou. Now, while Q gets that clip up real quick, Lou Williams was filthy when it comes to getting a bucket. Offensively. He could move without the ball. He could take you off the dribble. He could shoot the three. He could get to the rim. He was a 3-level player. He could shoot the free throws and he could run the point. There wasn't much of anything that Lou Williams couldn't do. You, T. Will, as an Atlanta native and Hawks fan, you have any fond memories of Lou Williams? When I say Lemon Pepper Lou, what comes to your mind when I say that?
Hey, man, that three was fire, as the young folks say. Like, that jumper was wet, as the young people. You couldn't stop him.
Look at him. Oh, yeah. This is him. This is Lou with the Clippers. Like you said, his jump shot was unstoppable. He gets to the rim. Look at him sizing up. Coming off the screen, look at his movement without the ball. Whack him. Well, I tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Lou Williams was a 3-level player. That boy could get buckets.
Yeah,
he was covered.
Definitely. Wait for it.
Look at him. Oop.
We just dropped a dime.
Look at him dimes. And you had to respect his drive. You had to respect him getting to the basket.
Drop another dime.
Another one. Look how he collapses. Fade away. Ooh,
Three.
Good Lord. That last fade away.
He dropped 50 in this game.
50. This is his 50-point game against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, Lemon Pepper Lou Williams. And y'all wondering why we call him Lemon Pepper? You know why, T. Will. They call him Lemon Pepper Lou. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Williams. Lemon Pepper Lou, because in the bubble, they say when I was in the bubble in Orlando, that boy Lou Williams was out at the strip club, and they asked him why he was there, and he's like, he said he ordered up like 50 pounds of lemon pepper wings and shared it with the strippers.
Feeding everybody.
Shout out to Lemon Pepper Lou, feeding everybody. Yo, so that's our history player of the week, ladies and gentlemen, Lou Williams. That's our show. Now we've come to the end of the road, the very last segment, our 2-minute turn up. We just take, we're going to shorten it to a 1-minute turn up. 1 minute to just say your last and final words before we close out. I'm going to use my 1-minute turn up just to address the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns just fired their head coach. How on earth do you have Bradley Beal? Who's the other one?
KD.
Brad, yeah. And Brad, yeah.
Booker.
And KD and your boy. It just doesn't make sense how you got all that talent on the team and y'all boys can't even make the playoffs. That's ridiculous. Coach, you should be fired. And the players, y'all got to hold yourselves accountable too. Because there's no way. KD, find you another team. It ain't working. You're not going to be able to trade. You ain't going to be able to trade anybody else because everybody's contract is stupid. But yeah, y'all need to get it together. Deuces coach for the Suns. Well-deserving fire. T. Will, your last departing words for us.
First and foremost, guys, thank you for having me. I appreciate this. This has been so much fun. And hey, man, if I'm lucky enough to come back, let's get after it. Appreciate it. Hey, man, it's the draft coming up. I'm excited about it. And I don't have anything to look forward to as far as the playoffs are concerned. So, hey, man, happy for you guys because, you know, it's going to be one and done for us. We're about to get back on to the living. So, yeah, man, hey, good luck to you guys.
Well, hey, appreciate that. May the best team win on that. Cue the beat. Take us home. 1 minute turn up.
NFL draft coming up. That's pretty much the only thing I'm looking forward to. These playoffs are going to start too. Kind of looking forward to that. I haven't really just been that much of a Lakers fan as of lately. I don't know, man. I think my heart left with Kobe a little bit, but I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on in the NBA Finals, and I'm ready to see this draft on Thursday. And let's get it. Y'all tune in next week. We'll be here.
Let's get it. We appreciate that. Once again, man, make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. We appreciate T. Will for coming through. We appreciate everybody in the chat, all of the guests that came through with him as well. Thank you. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all share this video. Catch us next week when we get ready and gear up for the NFL draft once again, and we're going to talk more about the NBA playoffs. Tomorrow is our Out of Bounds segment. This Saturday, we will bring you another hip-hop artist of the week. But for T. Will, my producer, Q the Beat, and my co-host, TZ Dave, who couldn't make it today, this is the Sports Time Zone. We are old.